Hi, hello. This is my entire Disney pin collection. Yeah, I'm gonna just show you different places where I have Disney pins. So I have like this wall over here. I have a pin board, and then I have like various miscellaneous pins. So I'm gonna just show you everything. I won't go into detail about like every single pin, of course, but it's kind of just my general collection and where things are at. And I would like to update every couple of years, yearly, I don't really know, just so you all can see the pins I have. And more important than that, it's for me to like catalog the pins I have because any other catalog system I've tried doesn't work. So we're gonna get started. This is a wall where I have these five little hexagonal felt boards. This one up here in the top right there, no Disney pins are there, but I kind of mix Disney and regular pins when necessary. So we're gonna just get closer and I'll talk about what's on the board. So this first board here is kind of like a personal whatever. These are personal pins that I just really like. And I collect a little bit of everything. You'll see later on I have like one main collection, but if I like a pin, I'll pick it up. And these are all just personal to me. So like if we start at like the top here, we have Chicago Bulls because I love the Chicago Bulls, Iowa because I live in Iowa, Windy City because I lived in Chicago, and then just the general Illinois flag because I was born and raised in Illinois. Aquarius because I'm an Aquarius. We have this High School Musical pin because I really liked High School Musical as a kid, so that's cute. I've stayed at Disney a couple times, and so I have a Coronado Springs with Mickey, and I have a Polynesian Resort. I've stayed at both of those resorts, so yeah, I'm gonna get the pin for those resorts. I have a Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, this like very basic like mystery bag ones, this one right here. I did a little bit of acting through like college, and my first like and only probably like main role was in Cinderella as Lady Tremaine. So that's why I have that on there because you might know my little acting debut. And this one at the bottom, this is my very first Disney pin. It's Oswald. I got him in 2017 in Disneyland. And I was in downtown Disney at like the big merch store. And I just saw him, and it was like a couple hours before we had to like get on a flight, and I think we're just getting like last minute souvenirs, and I just randomly grabbed this Oswald pin and I'm like, he's kind of cute. I already collected pins before, so I grabbed this Oswald one, and then I started this whole like Disney pin collecting thing. So he's kind of the one that started it all for me. Up next over here in the middle we have my plant in garden pin section. This is some like a little pin collection that I kind of just made up because I like plants, and I hope to continue to grow this collection. But yeah, it's just any plant and gardeny thing. So I have these two stitches. They were both grills for me. They were from like the Japan Disney store, and so he is like a little plant. He's like gardening, super cute. I have like Minnie right here. She's just like holding some lavender, all of that. And then everything else surrounding it, these pins right over here that are Disney pins, are a part of the Disney Potted Plant Collection pin box, which is just great. It came out at a great time, like right when I was getting into like plants and gardens. So it was just like very difficult to get boxes. And then whenever I tried to do like a pickup, people would charge a crazy amount for them, but I did it. I did a little bit of trading, a little bit of buying, and I got all of the pins in the collection. There's 10 total, and it's just a pin box collection I'll always keep because I'm not a big like mystery bag like completist. I usually ignore them. I don't like some like how they stylize characters and all of that, but this collection works for me. This one did, so I got it. And then everything else is like not a Disney pin, and I want to just continue to grow this collection, but it's kind of like niche and something I'm doing casually. So there's my little planty collection. Over here, this lighting is horrible. Over here we have a couple of attraction pins. I really like attractions, but I really focus on like retired rides and events that occurred. But like it's also a very small collection for me. So just some of the highlights. This is a Superstar limo pin, a very infamous ride, but yeah, I never went on it, but there we go. This is a California Screamin' Fast Pass pin. I was very excited about that one. I liked California Screamin' when I went, and then like a couple months after I left Disneyland, they like overhauled that part of California Adventure to Pixar Pier. So I'm just happy I got in when I did. We have this dinosaur pin that I got in 2019, and it's like, says it's a blast from the past. It's like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto. Maybe Donald's not on there, but it's some of the Mickey and friends on the dinosaur ride, and they announced they're like retheming that ride, closing it. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm glad I got it. This is just Haunted Mansion. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2019. It was part of like a hidden Mickey. They had like a ride attractions, hidden Mickey. So that was good. We have Goofy and the Big Lot Tour, and do you all remember no, the Backlot Tour. It was called the Backlot Tour in Hollywood Studios, and it was excellent back when I enjoyed Hollywood Studios. That's a separate video, and one that's not an entirely original opinion of mine, but Hollywood Studios used to be my absolute favorite park. And when we would go as a kid and we would like leave, like fly out late, I would like always want to like spend like an hour in Hollywood Studios in the morning. It used to be my favorite park, and they crushed it. But there we go with the little backlot buses. I'm trying to like fix the lighting, but it's not really working. I have an Enchanted Tiki Room pin. We have Big Al from Country Bear Jamboree. This I feel like came out again in 2019. This is when they stopped doing like the silver enamel and started like doing like those silver enamel hidden Mickeys with like the purple infill. Not sure if I really like the purple, but there we go. And they also like changed the songs for the Crunchy Bear Jamboree, and I don't know. I have feelings on that. We have this service elevator for Tower of Terror. I have an Alien Encounter pin, and then we have It's Tough to Be a Bug. And I didn't like It's Tough to Be a Bug, but like you can't get rid of it. But they are, and we all know Alien Encounter's gone. So those are some of my attraction pins. I thought I had a lot more, but I don't. So I guess I'm also like, just, side tangent, I'm like filming this video not only to like show you all my Disney pins, but I'm going to Disney in a couple weeks, and like this video is really helping me think like, hey, pins, which I will be getting a lot of, I should really like get some more attraction pins because I thought I had more than I did. So yeah. And finally, the last one on the wall will be my Great Movie Ride collection. I think this is where a lot of my attraction pins come in. I want to be a Great Movie Ride pin completist. I know there's a few I don't have, but Great Movie Ride is like one of the two collections where I want every single pin, and I'm very close for Great Movie Ride. It was my favorite ride in Hollywood Studios, and then they got rid of it, and then they're doing the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Trail, and I haven't been on it, so I'm trying to not judge it, and I'll go on it on my upcoming trip. The Great Movie Ride, 10 out of 10, no notes. I feel like we didn't have to like scrap the whole idea, but like that's not this video. This video is showing you my pin. So we have these four that are like pin on pins that are like Mickey, Minnie, and friends, and like iconic moments on the ride. So you have like them in like Wizard of Oz, you have them in front of the Casablanca train, the Singing on the Rain pole. We have Mary Poppins and Minnie's, like this is a slider element. Love these. All four of these were grails for me. In particular, this one with the Wizard of Oz, and we have it. I have this piece of history pin from the Great Movie Ride. It is part of the witch. Love her, another grail. And so you can see like a little foam bit of her inside. We have these three kind of lights, cameras, pins. That was, I believe it was a pin event, I want to say. This is the outside of the attraction, like the Chinese theater. So we have this right here. And then we have like a journey into the movies. This is like a special pin with like Mary Poppins, and it says Great Movie Ride at the top. We have these two hidden Mickey pins. This set is heavily faked and scrapped, but I searched and searched for years to get authentic ones, especially this one down here. It's like cast members and what they wear, and so like we have like the general cast members here, and then we have like the gangsters for when you're on the ride. And fake pin lots love this pin set, so I had to be real careful getting those. We have this Great Movie Ride marquee pin that came out again in 2019 while I was at Disney World. And this is the first and only time for this pin I did an in-person pin trade. I'm a pin collector. I don't live near the parks. Trading is not something I want to do. Even when I go to the parks, I'll do the boards on occasion, but most likely I'm just acquiring a bunch of pins. This, I was on a mission to get this Great Movie Ride pin. I kind of told everyone I went on vacation with like, this is what I want. If you see it, let me know. Trade for it if you see it on a cast member lanyard. Like, I absolutely need that pin, and I will not have fun on this vacation until I get it. Early into the vacation, I got it, and I traded for it, and that's the most courage I ever had trying to trade for this pin, but I have it. And this is also like the Magic of Honor, like Medal of Honor Great Movie Ride pin. So there's my Great Movie Ride collection. In all honesty, I haven't checked to see what other pins I need for the Great Movie Ride. I'm sure there are some out there, and I want them. So these are all the pins on this little wall right here. And I think I'm going to go to the pin board next. That's going to take a second. All right, this is my little pin board. It is a foam board I got in an arts and crafts store. I'm trying to like get it on frame, but it's not going to work. And I don't want this pin board to be like a forever thing. It's kind of like a long-term solution. I need to get like a dedicated pin board and put it up on a wall. But this foam board's like very portable, like I can move it, and I just like keep a bunch of pins on here. A bunch of pins on here, and I'm kind of just like roving over all the pins I have on here. And we're gonna kind of go through everything a little bit. A lot of pins, so I'm not gonna go into detail on all of them. But when I reference my pin board as this one is technically not a pin board. But yeah, so over in this corner, we have my Clarabelle Cow collection. So earlier I was talking about how I love the Great Movie Ride and I want to be a Great Movie Ride completist. I have those same completist tendencies for Clarabelle Cow. Yeah, you can probably tell by the amount of pins I have. I just love her. She's probably my favorite Disney character in all of like Disney and their franchises. She's my favorite. I'm also going to come out with a separate video on all my Clarabelle pins. So yeah, we got to see that. This isn't even all of them. It's not all of them. Some of my cooler ones I'm not able to put on this pin board. And I'm not going to go like too in depth on all of these because like I said, I'm going to come out with a separate video on it. But if you're ever like, Clarabelle Cow, who's that? We don't know her. Like, there's so much Clarabelle pin stuff. So like some favorites right here. I have the Clarabelle Cow PTD. I have the Clarabelle Cow Tiny Kingdoms. Those were crazy to get. This came out last year for the Disney 100, and I remember like getting it. I was at my old job browsing Disney pin blogs, and I saw this Clarabelle and Horace Disney 100 limited release. I bought it instantly, and then I just followed it on eBay for like a year, and y'all were trying to sell it above retail for such a long time, and for like 6 months this was on Shop Disney, and so I kept trying to like, I don't know, because you can't like reason with resellers all the time, but it's kind of like, hey y'all, you're selling this for like $80, but you can still get it for $17.99 from Shop Disney. So we have that. We have these like holiday sets from WDI. Look at this Clarabelle WDI right here. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. There she is with Horace. And there's just a lot of Clarabelle stuff. I don't have all of it. This came out this year in 2024. That was a part of a set. We have this like Adventures by Disney one. There's just so much Clarabelle set. This one came in a box set. I have the rest of it. The rest of the box. I have the box set. But I had to just put Clarabelle with her people. But yeah. There's some Clarabelle ones. Not all of them. But I'll get all of them eventually. Down here is a weird little mishmash section. I like Disney villains. I just can't. There's like Disney villains, there's Stitch, and there's Winnie the Pooh, where I have to like hold myself back from getting too many pins. Otherwise, it's just not going to work out well. So I have to like hold it in. So like I have like the Vanessa PTD. I love Vanessa and I love Ursula. We have Yzma Kronk, two of my favorites. We have Maleficent, who I love. We have Dr. Facilier, who I love. And Yeah, I just love villains. I guess I really love the purple villains. We have this Acme, like, Golden Magic Maleficent Dragon, like, super big pin that I got. So yeah, not a lot of villains, but I'm also, like, trying to not get too many. And down here we have various, like, foods and Plutos. I'm, like, sure all of these are fake because I got them on pin trading boards, but they're cute and I don't mind, and they're a part of my collection. So all fake, but they work for now. And like I kind of want to use like some of these as like traders when I go to pin boards and like trade a fake for a fake, but I don't mind them. And if I can keep like 10, 11 fakes off the boards, then I will. Up here are just some cool LE pins I have. This is the Emperor's New Groove 20th anniversary. Got this from Shop Disney. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Cinderella's 70th anniversary. She's in a bubble. I thought this bubble element was like made the pin unique. I also, like I mentioned earlier, that slight connection to Cinderella. This Muppets Christmas Carol one, excellent movie. Excellent movie. And then this came out in 2019, I want to say, because these two right here, this one and then the winter 2019 Mushu that says limited edition, are the only three, I guess, if we add this Little Mermaid in right on next to it. I got these three from Disney World when I went in 2019. Y'all can tell that 2019 added a lot of pins to my collection. But I was just nervous asking for like limited edition pins, and I remember just getting them and the employees being like, yeah, we'll take them out of the case for you, and then you pay for them, and it's all good, very normal. You're making this like such an odd thing. But that's why these three stand out to me. This Little Mermaid one, because I love Vanessa and Ursula, and Little Mermaid was my favorite princess growing up. And then Muppets Christmas Carol is one of the few movies that like has made me cry and can like actively make me cry. I don't really cry in movies, but like Muppets Christmas Carol does it. And then I just really like this Mushu and Cricky one. So there we go. And then these are not Disney pins. I have a whole video, my Universal Studios haul, if you want more details into those. I also include prices for those. Down here, we have a little section of just everything. So we have this like jumbo Be Amazing, Beyond Amazing Spider-Man pin. And then these are like a little Marvel mystery bag. I got a couple of them, and so I just put them around there. I don't want to start collecting Marvel stuff because I'm really trying to like save my paycheck, but one day I may break and get a bunch of Marvel stuff. This is that Disneyland Resort pin that like is in all the fake lots. I got it as a that. All these pins are kind of just like down here for whatever reason. So these are those old enamel pins that they used to have. I got these all on like pin boards trading in 2019, so there's a good chance that the authenticity is not 100%. This I Don't Bite one is kind of cute. This 2017 one, I got my first pin in 2017. Saw this on a board in 2019. I did a lot of pin trading in 2019. So like these down here, I kind of like question if they're authentic, but I like them, so I keep them. These three right here, this Mickey, the Donald, and the Minnie, I got in a lot along with these right here and a couple of my traders, where someone will just like send you like mystery bags, and instead of getting like the 25 pin lot on eBay that's like 100% fake, these are real. So yeah, I don't necessarily love these characters, but I don't dislike them enough to like get rid of them. And then we have this Jessica Rabbit one. I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way. I also got this in 2019. I'm constantly talking myself out of getting a Jessica Rabbit collection because I don't need that. And then we have one of the Snow White characters right here. And one more over here. We already saw this Little Mermaid pin, but we also have a Spider-Man, a limited release because I really like Spider-Man. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. This is another one of those Disney 100s. We have Oswald and Hortensia. Very beautiful. This was a really good zap I got buying pins one day. It's a Labor Day 2013 limited edition pin, and I just think it's crazy. I got like an LE pin as a zap, and it's cute, and I like Mickey and Pluto, and they're doing construction. Can't dislike them. These two are from Disney Land Paris. I did a park pickup once back when I was in the Facebook pages for the pin groups and all that. So I got these two and another one. So we Pua, because I really like Pua, and I had like a Pua collection briefly, and then I figured out the Pua pins are very expensive, so I stopped. We have Jasmine and Raja. I like Aladdin, I like Jasmine, I like Raja, so we have those. 3 of the 4, these are Loungefly. They're like the moving portraits in Haunted Mansion, because I love Haunted Mansion as a ride, and they kind of like stretch, like the everything stretches. I have the 4th one, but like the little hinge broke so it doesn't stay closed, and these just aren't the best to be like displayed on a pin board, in all honesty. But I have those 3. We have these Disney princesses. They end up like forming a castle out of all the ones in the set, and I have to talk myself out of like collecting the princesses, but I have those, so I'm gonna just keep those right there. We have this little mishmash. We have Pua, Moana, Sorcerer Mickey. This one down here is a fantasy pin, but like I got this from Shop Disney. This is also a fantasy pin. This is Loungefly. This is just like a Sorcerer hat grand opening, because like I said, I love Hollywood Studios. I love that Sorcerer hat. I know no one else did, but I loved it. And then we have like Tamatoa Moana from the booster pack. And then all the way at the bottom, we have this 100 Dreams. We have this one with Minnie and a cow. Some people say that's Clarabelle Cow. The pin was like $7, so that's why I got it. It's like just in case it's Clarabelle Cow, we have it. But you're also just like on a cow. And it was $7. So that's my pin board. It's not all the way full. But it's temporary and it works. And I'm gonna go to Disney World soon, and that's gonna be a crazy pin haul, and then there's gonna be no space on here because I want to do a lot of trading. I want to do a lot of buying, and I've been like saving up for this vacation for a year, and so there's gonna be a lot of pins, but this is what my collection is now. And then like I said, I will be doing a full Clarabelle Cow pin collection video, so you can look out for that one. And then I'm gonna up next show you all just like my miscellaneous pins, my traders. I have a pin set and just pins that I haven't put on boards yet. Alright, and this final section will be all of my little miscellaneous Disney pins. So let's get started. Up first, I have this board that has my Winnie the Pooh collection on it. I don't want to be like a full Winnie the Pooh collector because I know I'm going to like go a little crazy. But this is where a lot of my fantasy pins come in. So like the ears over here. This is a beautiful fantasy pin. This D is a fantasy pin. And this profile is a fantasy pin. And then we have like a little Loungefly. Pumpkin spice. That's cute. We have this autumnal Pooh down here. This I traded on a board for. Pretty sure it's fake, but cute. This 55th anniversary I got from Shop Disney. This like Stitch and Pooh, again, fantasy. So like these are just some Winnie the Pooh, and I know I'm gonna get more Winnie the Pooh, and it's just so cute and aesthetic. But like there goes my wallet if I like truly get into Winnie the Pooh. What else? I guess I can show you guys the frame pin set. This right here is my lowest LE and my most expensive Disney pin. It is a set. It is the Grand Prize Best of Show frame set. I got it for under retail on eBay. This pin set was just like so much money, and I really wanted this Clarabelle pin, but it's a pin frame set of LE25. And I was looking at this pin set for years, and I was just like, I'm never gonna get it. And it randomly showed up on eBay, and I did not hesitate, not once. That's why you have to have those eBay notifications on when you collect such niche characters. So we have this beautiful, there she is, LE of 25. That's crazy. So I have the full pin set. Horses there too. Like we're mainly here for Clarabelle. And this was a whole thing, me getting these pins. And I don't think I could spend this much on pins again, but I want to be a Clarabelle Coletus and not Completus. And I feel like this would be the hardest one because like there just aren't. There's 25 and I have one. And I just had to do it. Had to do it, had to get it, and here we are with this beautiful pin set still wrapped up. One day when I like get my life together and like actually redecorate the house, which is like the reason I bought it and all that, I'll like undo this and put it on a wall. But just Elliot 25. This is my lowest edition pin right here. Those two right. So up next, I'm gonna just pull a couple of pins from a box. I just have like a shoebox full like Disney pin, like the backing cards and little Mickey pin backs, and I just throw pins in there as well. And so I'm gonna just kind of show you all those pins that I have in this random box. So we have this Pua. It's from Disneyland Paris. I mentioned earlier I got a Pua and a Jasmine. This is the other Pua. The back is broke. So it came bent and wobbly. And now if I try to like hang it, he flops over like that. Because like it's a very loose pin back. So I kind of just have him in a box. Yeah. We have my Primeval World opening day pin still in its plastic. Love Primeval World. Sad it's gone, but I love Retired Rides. I guess defunct is like the correct theme parkian phrase. I call them retired. They worked hard and now they don't have to work anymore. It's just cute. But like I also love Primeval World. That's just like a fun like ride concept to me. Here's this other, the Haunted Mansion. I showed you the other 3 Loungefly ones earlier. This hinge, it's just not smooth. It's not like the best quality pin, but there we go. There's that stretch portrait. It is this like easel. It's Mickey in the band concert. And who's that playing the flute? It's my love Clarabelle Cow. That's why I have this pin, but it's a very like hefty pin, and I don't want to like put it on the pin board. So I kind of just have it. And so, yeah, there's another Clarabelle pin. But like just like it's very heavy and it's like a nicer quality pin. So I just have it there. But I got it for Clarabelle. And finally from that pin box where I just keep a bunch of nonsense, I have these Mickey's Toontown of pin trading. So earlier I mentioned there was like a Clarabelle pin. Let me see if I can show you all which Clarabelle pin it is. This one right here where she's like sitting at the table eating, she came from this. So this is the rest of the box set. You can see Clarabelle was central to this, but there's everyone else. Let me see. Yeah, so just there's everyone. It's like an Ellia 400. I just wanted Clarabelle. But it was like not expensive. It was maybe $20 shipped to get this. So it was like a very good price for not only like a Ellia 400, for an older pin, and to just be one step closer to Clarabelle completism. So there we go. And then we're almost done. Winding down to the last few pins. This is a fig pin for Sorcerer Mickey. I used to collect Sorcerer Mickey, and I still kind of do. If I see him on like a board or like a cast member, I'll trade for Sorcerer Mickey. I just got really into Sorcerer Mickey. He's really cool. Like I said, I really loved Hollywood Studios. For a moment, I love Fantasmic. Very cute. So I have this Finn pig for that. And I kind of just stopped collecting Sorcerer Mickey because I could feel my like completist tendencies creeping up. And I can't afford that profile pin. It's either mortgage or profile pin, and I'm gonna choose my house each and every time. So there we go. I still like casually get a couple, like maybe like 1 or 2 Sorcerer pins a year, but I just had to take a step back for my wallet. And then I've just in this bag, these are my traders. these are my trader pins. I'm gonna do a separate video on all my like trader pins, but just know that I've already taken off the pins that I know I want to like trade on the boards and stuff at that upcoming Disney World vacation that I've been kind of talking about a little bit in this video. So I just keep all my traders in that little bag, and I'm excited to trade like cast members and boards. That's what I do. I don't really trade with other people a whole lot just because I'm not a trader, I'm a collector, and so I don't have a lot of like fabulous pins, and I'm not into like LE trading and all that. But those are the traders. There'll be a separate video on all of those. And then I want to end with my newest pin that I have in my collection, and it's pretty special because it adds to my Clarabelle Cow collection. But we have this like WDI limited edition. It was like a little springtime set. There was like Mickey and Donald and Chip and Dale and just a bunch of characters. But you know, I had to get the Clarabelle Cow one. When this popped up on Disney Pin Blogs, I started foaming at the mouth. And then it took like a month from release to like see these on eBay. So just there we go. I got her. Clarabelle Cow. So yeah, she looks beautiful in her spring outfit, and she's my newest pin. Great to kind of end off on with. I'm trying to just be a Clarabelle Cow completist, so here we are. This beautiful blue too. So there we go. That's my pin collection as of right now. Sorry this is long and like rambly, but yeah, these are just my Disney pins. Like I said, I'm going to come with a video all about my Clarabelle pins and like go into detail for each one. And if you're interested in like a detailed, where are these pins, how much were they for any other pins I have, let me know and I can put that together. Alright, so that is my entire Disney pin collection as of right now. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, I'm going to give y'all all my Clarabelle pins, whether you want it or not. And let me know if you want any more information on any pin I have. Also, let me know if we share any pins or any collections. And then, yeah, this is just, here I am right before I go to Disney World. I'm going to come back and there's going to be a lot of pins. And I also took some extra time off work after the vacation. And I want to spend some of that time like reorganize my pins and making the pin board look nice and all of that. But that's where my pin collection is at right now. And yeah, I don't know how to end this. I like pins. Let me know if you want to see like my non-Disney pins. I don't know if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, that's it. I feel like I don't have a lot of pins, but like in reality, I know I have like quite a few. But yeah, there we go. Those are my pins. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.